Hi everyone, happy Mani Monday. You guys seem to like the last video where I kind of showed you how I finished the end, so I thought I'd do a quick little tutorial on applying solids because I know that they can be the hardest ones for me anyway to apply. They kind of can bubble and not look as great, so I thought I'd do a quick little tutorial on that. Okay, so this one I am using it's a Jersey Shore thing. It's super light, which is really good for showing this tutorial, I think. So I already did 2 nails, and you can see there's not really any puckering. So I picked out this strip. It fits well for that finger. I guess I could use it for this one too. Fingernail's a little wider there. So first you want to peel off the protective part. Next thing I always do is I peel off that part so I can easily use it on both sides of my nails because they're not long enough right now for me to need more than 1 strip for every 2 nails. So first thing you want to do is line it up so that it is as close to your cuticle as possible on the bottom. So I think that placement is pretty good. So I'm going to smooth it along the bottom, and then I'm going to smooth it down the middle. And then the next thing I do is I kind of take the edges and I stretch it a little bit so that I'm stretching it up and over the side of my nail so that way there's not any bubbles. Do it on the other side too. Stretch up and over so it gets rid of all of the bubbles. And then I use my rubber cuticle stick to just make sure that I've really smoothed it down. So I go over and I smooth everything out just to make sure it's really stuck well to my nail. So if you see, that one is on pretty good. And then I just kind of pull it under my nail and tear. So I try to get as much as I can off when I'm tearing it, so that way I don't really have to go back and file a ton. And then as you see, I still have plenty to use on the other side. Sorry. So I'm not using a tripod. I have this balanced on my coffee cup, so it's not the best. I should probably invest in an actual tripod if we're gonna do more of these. But, you know, whatever works. See that one? How I don't like it where it's placed? You can still at this point just kind of pull it up. Push my cuticle back a little bit better. So for me, this nail is my hardest nail to do because it is like, see, it's crooked. And so getting it to line up can be difficult. So, okay, I like where this is pushed. So I am smoothing the bottom. I'm going to smooth down the middle. Then I'm going to take my edges and I'm going to stretch them, pull under, then do this side, pull it, and stretch and under. So then you kind of smooth it out. I'm going to use my finger to smooth it a little bit. You can also see, because my nail is so awkward, it has the extra, so I'm going to use the cuticle stick to kind of smooth it in so it goes all the way to the nail, and then anything else I will just break off. So you see how that kind of broke off, and then you just kind of pull it out. So as you can see, these ones, a little puckering there. Then as I go, I just kind of keep smoothing to make sure everything's good. I will end up doing a top coat. I always like to do a top coat on solids just because, especially the really light ones, it'll help kind of get rid of the imperfections. But yeah, so I'm going to finish these up and then I will show you the end result. Okay, so here are my nails done. So you can see the edges are pretty good. Not perfect, but I am not done. I'm gonna put some Tokyo Twinkle. I'm gonna use some twosies and do some accents on them. So I wasn't really worried about perfect on the bottom. So yeah, let me do that and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so for this next step, I use this 5/8 puncher, and see, I've already done the accent, that one, but then this, I have cut up into a bunch of pieces to do ends. So It is harder to do and they're so tiny, but you get more for, you know, less twosies. So I try not to use all my twosies for myself. I try to save some for you guys, you know. So this one, I think I did the wrong way, so hang on. So let's see, I'm gonna take this one. So you can see it's kind of like a French tip. It's a little smaller than I'd like it to be for that now, so I'm gonna use it on my pinky. So smooth it down. Fold it over. So I did one, it's like a half moon one. So let's see, is this one wider? Yeah. This one is wider, so I'm gonna put it over this side right here. So I'm gonna use another twosie because this is the smaller of the two twosies. So when you get a twosie pack, so our sample packs, they come with one smaller one and one wider one. The wider one in this one, I use the 5/8 punch to make into like a peekaboo for that nail. And then I used it to make the ends for these. And then I'll use this one, I'll make into this finger and this finger on this one, and then I'll use the bigger one. So I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, and so here is my finished manicure. I'm not gonna lie, this actually might be one of my favorite ones that I've done in a long time. I really love the way the nude and the Tokyo Twinkle look together. Hey guys, ooh, it's Albus. Thanks for watching my little video on nail application. I just wanted to give you guys a few little tips and tricks. So when I did my thumb, I did not use a twosie for this one because my thumbnails are just too wide. I had a leftover strip of the Tokyo Twinkle, so I used one strip for both nails, so I used a 5/8 punch. But when I have leftover strips, I always seal mine with my hair straightener. It normally works pretty good to keep them sealed. It's not guaranteed by Color Street. You really are only guaranteed one use, but it's something I always do because I have leftovers and I like to save them. But when I was applying this one, it was a little bit dried out. So what I do is put it under the hairdryer for a few seconds and it gets it to soften back up so that you can apply them well. Sorry, my guys are so loud right now. But that way it's easier to apply again, even if it is a little bit dried out, and it worked really well. And that way I could use 2 packs of twosies and a leftover thumbnail strip. And then I used 5 strips for the Jersey Shore thing. So I didn't really use very much. I have enough to do a few more manicures, which is fun. So, bye. Thanks, guys.